Welcome back to another edition of the SMU Death Penalty Dynasty. This is James coming back at you. It's Season 12. It's the preseason. I'm going to put out a short little video here before the first game. I want to go through a little bit of the roster and see who's going to redshirt and what the depth chart's going to look like and who we're going to play. So I think the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to redshirt players. We got a full class that just came in. Probably not going to be a redshirt in any upperclassmen this time. You can kind of take a look at the roster as well too. You can show we have 32 freshmen, 15 sophomores. So you have 47 players that are underclassmen, only 10 seniors. Always like that. Always like to keep that number pretty low. A lot of those guys do like to leave early too. Eric Clark's up to a 94 overall. He's a beast, man. He's an absolute freak show. Very excited about him. Another year of him, and he had a huge offseason as well. So this guy's committed to the cause. Just really excited. Isaiah Watkins is going to get a red shirt. We did bring back Dwayne Bonnet, and we got Danny White and Fred Wilson as well. I haven't decided. I mean, Wilson has the size. I think he's my pass catching back with the 94. Obviously, Bennett has 94 and 98 accuracy. But again, I mentioned this in other episodes, that height it's kind of suspect when you're trying to throw the ball out in the flat, that type of thing. Obviously, he's rocking that Darren Sproles number. I think that's cool, but I don't think it works. So I do think that White's actually going to be the one that redshirts. Wilson's going to be the backup halfback. He has good enough attributes everywhere else for it to work. Danny White does have great awareness, but that agility, I'd like to see it before I really give him a full load. He's obviously physically there. Just want that acceleration to bump up a little bit, and if it does, I think he's the heir apparent to Jakari Brown. So Jakari Brown starts. Fred Wilson will be the pass-catching back, and Bonnet will be the third option. We go to wide receiver. The front four, or the starting four, is going to be pretty standard. Caraway, this is his year. This is the make or break year for Caraway. Obviously coming off of that torn ACL, that was such a bummer. He had such a hot start to the season last year, but he's got all the tools. 98 speed, 98 jump, good strength, even has 70 break tackle, 88 awareness, 95 agility, 93 catch. Like, he stays healthy. This could be his year. He's the Casting Butler, Javari Vincent, Ryan Pearson type Heisman Trophy winning season. This could be him. If him and Eric Clark get on the same page, could be a real big year. In terms of the freshmen, I believe we're just going to go 4 for 4. I don't see the need to go any deeper than that because we have 2 tight ends, and Bozeman can play that wide receiver 5, and White can do that as well. So Bozeman has 78 speed, and Stephen White has 76. He's a converted wide receiver to tight end, 6'2", 245, good strength. 6'7", 254 for Bozeman. So those are your 6 receivers. If we do have to pull somebody out, we will. Really don't want to. I would like this to be akin to the 2011 class. It has that type of talent. You have 4 guys that are 76 overall or above. The slowest guy is the guy that's 6'9" and can jump out of the building. They all have 80-plus catch. Really excited. Champ Wagner's basically a Trey Caraway regen. So really excited about that. Moving on to tackle, we're going to redshirt Tolbert and Wilson. We're going to redshirt Johnson and Bonner. We're going to redshirt Beck. Mills is going to start alongside Barnes. He was the middle linebacker we were really excited about last year, but kind of disappointed in terms of his overall. He was always meant to be a defensive end. So excited about Mills there. See how he does in that role. Moody redshirts. Probably got a redshirt one of these guys. They're both basically the same player. Robbie Bird's from Washington, Travis Williams from West Texas. Just because of the size issue with Williams, I think I'd like to see him redshirt and probably gain another 3 or 4 pounds to get up to like 210 for next season before he plays. So I think Bird is going to avoid the redshirt. And then on the middle linebacker side, I'm interested here because I think I'm going to be able to recruit this position pretty well moving forward. Bozeman is a defensive end. He's a defensive end. He's not quite there yet. Obviously, Johnson could do that too, but he's 5'10", doesn't have the strength. Aaron Bozeman is a defensive end, 6'7", 240 out of Marlow, Oklahoma. He's going to redshirt. I'm going to make sure of it. And then we're trying to move guys around. Johnson might just play. He might just be ready. He might just play, and him and Brown figure it out as time goes on. I don't think we're going to have any issues recruiting middle linebackers moving forward, nor should we. Moving forward, Cruz and Edwards are both better than Henry. I think both Cruz and Edwards are going to start. They're both 62 awareness, 93, 95, 86, 96. Catch, carry, good jumping. I could probably get away with redshirting Edwards and have Henry be the fourth corner. The fourth corner doesn't do a heck of a lot in my defense. And then I could also have Lacey take up some of that as well. So I do think Edwards is going to redshirt. Cruz is going to be my corner 3. 6'2", 6'2", 6'2", 6'2", 6'1". So we have really good length at corner. Pretty excited about that. And Edwards gets a red shirt, gives him a chance to, kind of develop a little bit more of his game. Specifically, I'm not really sure what he's missing here. I don't know, because he has good jumping. Is it the catching they're killing him for? I guess he doesn't have like top end speed. That's kind of confusing. 48-40, they're basically the same player. I'm a little bit confused as to what the difference is between the two, but I'm not too concerned about it. Honestly, Cruz, because this guy has really good acceleration. I mean, they both do, but Cruz has better agility. Doesn't quite have the hands, which is fine, but has the jumping ability. He's got it all. So I think this is fine. I think Edwards is probably a little bit better conditioned, but that's not that big of a deal. So we'll see how Miller handles a year here. He's been kind of the reserve corner that was recruited as a free safety, but we always knew that he was going to be a corner because of his size and attributes. His awareness is probably the only thing that's holding him back. He's got 93 speed, can jump, really good strength and tackling. So I'm interested to see how he develops. I think he could actually be pretty good. So we'll see how him and Williams do. Stevens, redshirt's really excited about this kid long term, but obviously that's down the road. Smith, he's just going to play. He's just going to be my backup strong safety. I don't want to spread Lacey thin as the number 5 corner and the backup strong safety. That doesn't seem right. So we'll let Smith be the backup and put him on special teams. Jarrell Gray is the kicker, and Keith Garcia is the punter. So I think that's going to do it for the red shirts. If we take a look at the rosters, go depth chart, pretty standard. Clark, Clemens, Johnson's exactly what we had last year. Brown, Wilson, Bonnet, I think that's just fine. Bosram, we'll get another tight end in here, so we'll put White. In fact, we'll keep White as the backup fullback anyhow. Let's move on. Caraway, Anderson, Jones, Holt, Bozeman, White. Totally fine. That's exactly how I want it. And then let's go tackles here. Battle Lyles. Go Lyles Battle. Just to mix it up a little bit. See if we have anybody else. Nope. So we'll go guard here. Anderson obviously is the guy. Let's see if we have anybody else underneath. You have Durbin. So let's get Durbin under there as well. Durbin's been like the number 3 guard for a while now. And then we have 3 centers that are more than fine. So Phillips, and where's my other center? There we go. And Waller. So there's your depth chart there. Left end, I want it to be Barnes or Mills. I really don't know. I think I like Barnes on the other side. I think he did a really good job cleaning up over there. So Dixon, let's put Barnes on the right end. We'll put Mills on the left. And then it'll be me, Mosley, Dixon, Mosley. Perfect. Cooper and Barksdale, Henderson behind him. Mackey, Henderson's going to get a lot more playing time this year. Middle linebacker room looks like how it's supposed to. Scott, Brown, and Johnson. Hawkins is the right outside linebacker. Adams is the left outside linebacker. I think there's something to be made that Brown should maybe be starting there as opposed to Hassan Adams. I think if you take a look at the stats, I think that would bear that out. I think the left outside linebacker gets preference over the right outside linebacker, so maybe I'll change that. Let's go ahead. Let's make sure that we're getting Bird on the field here. I want Hawkins to be the left guy. So let's just move this around. Go Bird. And then we'll go Adams, Hawkins. Okay. And then we'll put Brown back here. Okay, so Hawkins and Scott. So 49 and 31 are your 2 main players. Brown is the main backup everywhere. And then if we can avoid playing Johnson, we will, but we probably won't be able to pull that off. So not too worried about that. But yeah, Brown is superior to Hassan Adams. It is what it is. It's okay. Corner, Williams, Millers, Cruz, Lacey, and Henry. I think that's just fine. In fact, they have Lacey as the 4. So I think that's okay. And taking a look, just match up the stats here. Awareness. I don't know if I agree with that necessarily. I don't want Lacey. He has really good tackling, but his acceleration leaves a lot to be desired, but so does Lazarian Henry's. It's not great. So I think that's fine. Black is the starting free safety. Favors is starting strong safety. That's fine. I could theoretically try to manipulate this. I think I'm going to. I think Garcia, the punter, is going to be doing both jobs, and he's also going to be doing kickoff specialist duties as well. So I think that's fine. I always like a backup center to be the long snapper, so that takes care of kicker punter. So Garcia's got his work cut out for him this year. See if he can get a cheap red shirt for Gerald Gray, who's not going to be keeping the number 33. I can guarantee you that. Kick returner, I do not like having starters in those positions really ever. Not ones like on the offensive side of the ball. Williams with his 95, I think that's just fine. I think Kosi Williams can do that. I think Burnett can be the other kick returner. I think that's going to be just fine as well. Taking a look here, unless, well, you got Jakari Brown, and then you got Burnett, and then you got Wilson, who's 94 and 89, 96. I'm interested. Maybe I'll just go with the two halfbacks. I think it's an old school Nebraska way of doing things, if we're honest. Just put your VI backs that aren't playing as much as your two kick returners. I think that's okay. So we'll go Wilson, Burnett, and then we'll go with the corner as my 3. So Wilson, Burnett, Williams. Look at the speed tags are about the same. Break tackle, strength. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And we'll have Wilson be our primary punt returner as well. Wilson will have Burnett. And then where's our corner? Williams. I think that's just fine. I just don't want to give Williams too much to do. I think kick returning would be fine if he was in there. Punt returning, no. Do not want that. I like having a running back there because they're going to be fresh. And a kick returner, theoretically, often should be fresh as well, coming off of a defensive performance, whether they were good or bad. So I think that's fine. 93, 94. Garcia is the kickoff specialist, gets your long snapper. I think exactly where we need to be. Program standards, 34. No one's leaving. I think that's just fine. Okay, so let's take a look at the Athlon Sports. Let's see the preseason polls. We are preseason number 1, A overall, A offense, A plus defense, B plus special teams. So we are, looks like according to this, if you scroll by this overall, there's a number of teams that are A's. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 are A overall or better. We have 1, 2 of those are in the Big 12 in Nebraska and Texas A&M. Cal and Michigan are also in there. Miami, Florida State as well. So we're one of 3 teams in the Big 12 that's an A overall or better. We do have an A plus defense. Not the only team in the country to have that in terms of offense. We are only matched by Nebraska in terms of offensive firepower. Everybody else is an A minus or below. In fact, we're only one of 3 teams that have an A period. Defensively, we are one of 5 teams with an A plus defense. So very excited about that. Let's take a look at the Heisman watch. I have to imagine Eric Clark is right up top. There he is. Jakari Brown's number 3 because he had 26 rushing touchdowns last year. So yeah, I would imagine preseason All-Americans, Clark and Brown headline it. Defensively, I would imagine Nigel Barnes, maybe? No? Okay, interesting. Nigel Barnes? Nope. But Raheem Scott, yes. Okay, so we have 3 preseason All-Americans. Let's see your preseason All Big 12, of course, the top 2. Got Barnes, number 3, Scott's 4, and the second team. You have Quincy Adams makes 5, and that's it. So we have 5 players in the preseason All Big 12 team. So that's very interesting. Take a look at the conference outlook here. We're the top. That's not too much of a surprise because we're preseason number 1. Colorado's preseason number 7. Let's see here. Colorado's number 7, A&M 10, Nebraska 15, Texas 22. So our only ranked teams, Oklahoma's down to 8. That might be a conversation for a different day as to what's going on over there. But I don't know. Let's take a look at our schedule. Schedule-wise, Iowa State, that does seem kind of rude. James Madison, I'm not playing Iowa again. It's just not going to happen. I don't want to because I don't want to. Do we have any random games in the middle of the season? It doesn't look like it. That Missouri game in week 14 is interesting. Does that mean that the schedule is kind of back? Yeah, that's on the 26th. So we could play a game here week 12. I don't know if I love that because that would essentially be having us play. I I think 9 games in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, we already have 12 games scheduled. So let's see here. Oklahoma State, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 conference games. 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure I'm counting right. Plus the 3 non-cons. So that's 11, not 12. I don't want to play Iowa State and Iowa. I don't want to play James Madison. I mean, these are 2 of the worst teams in the country. And then Iowa's Iowa. I don't want to mess with them anymore unless I have to. I don't hate having a bye here. It's interesting that there's like this week here at the end of December that's open. But there's really only like 14 weeks to get in 12, or 15, I'm sorry, to get in 12 games. I think we have to play a game to start the season. And then I like the bye weeks where they're at. I do want to take this opportunity to play teams that were in the old conference because I think we got to owe it to them. Iowa State, we might suggest the same thing. I'm sure they would kind of hate us, but that might be kind of fun. Maybe that's half the fun, is that Iowa State would be mad at us for leaving and ditching them to the conference they were in. I don't think I want to play Rice. I think I want to avoid that heart attack. But TCU, we do want to play. Scrolling up, I would like to play North Texas again. I would like to play TCU. I would like to play Houston. And failing that, we're in the M's right now. Can we get a North Texas? There's our North Texas. But let's keep the schedule and make sure it's the correct North Texas. Yep, it's them. So they got win 1. But we went there last year, if I recall right. In fact, let me just go ahead and check real quick. Now, we hosted North Texas last year, so we can go to North Texas this year. We did not play TCU last year for the first time in a while. We can go ahead and bring that game at home. And then we have a game here, so we can pretty much open this up to anybody. This can be Houston, this could be UTEP, just to kind of mix it. Maybe not Houston, but I think UTEP would be more interesting. I don't know if I want to play Tulsa. I'm sure they don't want to play us either. So last year we hosted UTEP. We'll go to UTEP this year. TCU at North Texas, and then I think we want one more home game. The other game we played last year was ECU along with Houston. So let's see. Well, Houston's right here. So we went to Houston last year. We'll host them. So we'll go to UTEP, host Houston, host TCU, and go to North Texas for our first 4 games. So we're keeping it very Texas-centric, as we like to do, because it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 road games. We don't need to play 7 road games anymore. I do think North Texas might be the team that gets left out here. I also have noticed when I try to do like my screen cap for the thumbnail for YouTube, when I play North Texas, it doesn't load like a beginning screen, which is kind of interesting. And that might be grounds for me to get rid of you as a team that I play. I'll be honest. Kind of a weird reason, but it is what it is. Let's play Memphis. Memphis is an A-. We'll host Memphis. I think that's fine. We'll go to TCU. How about that? No, never mind. I want these games at home. We do go to UTEP. We have Houston, TCU, and Memphis back to back to back. Maybe like Southern Miss, something like that. Something that's a little bit more fun than Memphis. Memphis was not a team that I enjoyed playing. Let's see what else we can find. And there's still North Texas, New Mexico State. That could be interesting. There's ECU again. Go to ECU. We're going to keep ECU as a home game. We don't owe them anything. So I think that's all right. So 3 home games, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're 6 home games, 6 road games. Let's keep this schedule. So when we go through UTEP on the first week, 827, they're B-, C+, C-. Oh man, TCU is really falling on the rough times. UTEP, Houston, TCU, ECU. Then we have Oklahoma State. So we do get out of the murderer's row, I believe, of Oklahoma and Texas. So that and Texas Tech. So we get Oklahoma State, Texas A&M, and Baylor. So that is going to soften things up. Oklahoma State's a B+. It's respectable. A&M is probably the toughest team on the schedule aside from Nebraska. They are an A+ defense. We did play them in the Big 12 title game last year. Colorado's down to a B+, so they're kind of rebuilding a little bit, retooling. Kansas is pretty bad. Baylor's come down to a B-. Nebraska's still really good. A and B B+ there. Kansas State, I really hope that halfback's gone. That would make life a heck of a lot easier. And they have Missouri's a B. They've taken a bit of a step back. So this is still a very challenging schedule. It's an A strength of schedule, and we're an A overall. So that seems fair. So I think that'll do it for the preseason. I don't think there's anything else really to discuss. Again, we don't do any in-season recruiting. So good luck to all those players and wherever they end up. I have no idea. I think the last thing that I would want to check, if you will humor me, is I'm going to check those players that did not come to town, that chose other schools, and I do want to check some guys from last year as well. So the first one that I want to check, we're going to go to Florida. There was an athlete that did not come to town. It was Trevor Johnson was his name. I'm pretty sure he was a wide receiver. 76. Trevor Johnson, number 23. That's cool. 91 speed, 84 agility, 91 acceleration, 82 catch, 91 jump. So these are pretty solid peripherals. 62 tackling. So this kid would have been an absolutely dynamite corner. Would have been a shutdown tackling machine at corner. I have no idea what he would have looked like elsewhere, but at corner, I think he probably would have been close to an 80. 56 awareness probably would have held him back a little bit. It's going to hold him back here, too. He's an excellent receiver prospect. 91 speed, 91 agility, 82 catch, 91 jump. Those are all very good, but that 62 tackling would have set him apart as a corner. So that's a bummer. Moving on, we are going to go to Michigan because they're next on the alphabetical list here. Michigan got a corner from me, and I'm still not happy about it. Let's see here. This is Ryan Douglas. Ryan Douglas is an 84 overall. This guy would have been the jewel of the class. Like, that center is an 85, 97 speed, 85 agility, 98 acceleration, 99 jump, 6'3", 180, 59 tackling. This guy he's Charles Woodson. What do you want? Like, what do you want, man? It's really disappointing. He also got an 80 corner as well. They absolutely loaded up. Let's take a look at this guy. He's a JUCO guy, 76. So they got an 80 overall corner from Walker, Michigan, and then got a high on their horse and said, we're going to go right into Texas and take this kid that SMU really wants. That one hurts. So 84 overall. So you have a 76 wide receiver, an 84 overall corner and that wide receiver probably could have been an 80 overall corner. Ouch. All right. So the final one is going to be Ole Miss. Mississippi is a tackle, Steve Williams. Steve Williams is an 82. Really good player. 6'4", 299 will get to 300. 94 strength, 68 awareness, 65 acceleration, 88, 91. So, yeah, really good tackle prospect there. Yeah, that's a bummer. That's a real bummer. But it is what it is. That's okay. So, probably missed out on 3 blue chip level prospects. The last kid I do want to check, this is kind of random, but I do want to go to Colorado and see those kids that we missed last year, because last year we only missed 2. One was a corner, and let's check him out here. It was Danny Washington, who was 78. He did not play last year, redshirted, so he's a 76 overall redshirt freshman. 96 speed, 93 agility, 92 acceleration, 87 jump. It's not great, 48 tackle, but he's got a lot of other tools. I would have much preferred him to the kid that I have currently, and this kid, right now, this kid would be my number 3 corner. So he's number 4 for Colorado. He probably won't play a heck of a lot this year unless deemed necessary. Brandon Bradley's the other one. He's a 92, true sophomore. He started last year, actually forced one of those guys out. 39 tackle, 7 sacks, first team all Big 12 as a true freshman. This is a kid that we had the lead on going into the final week of recruiting and then spurned us to stay home. Freshman All-American, first team All Big 12, 92 overall, 93 strength, 80 acceleration, 88 tackling. Yeah, dancing bear, 6'5", 307. This dude is a generational defensive tackle prospect as a true sophomore. So last year we had a great class. This year we had a very good class. This kid would have topped it last year, and of course Ryan Douglas would have topped it this year. So appreciate you humoring me there. I do have to get my report written up so I can get all the same things that I normally do on here. But for the preseason video, I think we're going to have another fun year. I think this is going to be another huge year for Eric Clark, and I think this is going to be a monster year for this man, Trey Caraway. I think this is the best overall receiver we've had in this dynasty. Is 95 overall, and it's the beginning of the year. I think he could creep up to 97 or 98 before it's all said and done. This kid, I think he's going to have a really special year. So looking forward to getting into it. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate the time. We'll see you next time. Take care.